Hello, I'm David Sparks, and I've been teaching automation for 20 years. Claude Cowork is a game changer. That's why I made the Robot Assistant Field Guide, where you get 3 hours of video training plus a 10-week workshop series. The following video is some of the bonus content from the Robot Assistant Field Guide, showing you how you can use the new dispatch feature with Claude Cowork. Hi, gang. There is yet another feature in Claude Cowork that you need to see. It's called Dispatch, and this allows you to drive your robot assistant from your phone when you're away from your computer. In order to use it, when I'm recording this video, you've got to have a max plan, but I have already heard they're going to lower this down to Pro plan, the $20 a month users, fairly shortly. So if you're watching this, it's not available for you yet. Just stay tuned. The way it works is you get the most recent version of the software, you click on Dispatch, you turn it on, and then you enable it on your phone as well. The way this works is the login of your phone and your Anthropic account is key. This is not opening a tunnel to your phone. It's just allowing you to work through Anthropic. They do the handshake for you. So security wise, that's friendlier, so long as your Anthropic account is protected and you've got a solid password on it. I think this is an excellent time for them to add two-factor authentication, frankly. But now I've got it turned on here on the Mac. You can see it's ready to go, keeping my computer awake, allowing it to do work for me. Now, if I go over on the iPhone and I just hit the ellipses and then, or the hamburger button, and then go to Cowork, it's going to connect. And it's connecting now to my Claude installation on my Mac. In order for this to work, the Mac has to be awake and Claude Cowork has to be turned on, as it is here. So last night when I went to bed, I went ahead and turned it on and left it running. And I went upstairs to my bedroom, and last night I ran my shutdown routine, and it was great. So the first thing I asked is, can it see the Sparky OS folder? It couldn't, so I had to give it the location of Sparky OS, essentially connecting to the folder like I explained throughout the course. So you'll need to figure out this address for you. If you're using Obsidian, it's a fairly simple URL. If you're using NoPlan, it's a little more obscure, but save it into your phone so you can always just plug it in when you're getting it rolling. I think the best practice for using this is to connect it before you leave your Mac and just have the connection going when you leave, so there's not a problem. And then I just had it go through some items for me. I said, dispatch is new. Can you tell me if I can come back to it later? Yes, I can. I even put the Mac in lock screen mode. I locked it down, but it was still awake and it ran all night, and that was great. So I was running it. I'm trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace because I got some old stuff around here, but I hate Facebook. So I taught my robot to go on Facebook and check if anybody wanted to buy it, so I don't have to deal with Facebook. So when I was upstairs last night, laying in bed, I had it check Facebook Marketplace for me. It did that and told me, no, it hasn't sold yet. And asked, well, are those good numbers? I don't even know what, I'm supposed to be getting on a Facebook sale. So it gave me some answers on that. Then it gave me my schedule for the couple days. It told me how the day went. I started doing my shutdown routine, in effect, from my phone, which was kind of great. And I went through and it figured out my tasks for today. It went through and checked my email. It processed email for me. It gave me some ideas for my research list for things I want to research today. Then it said, I decided I wanted to start auditing. I've got this long list of things I want to research. A bunch of them are really old. So I went through and had it go through and start auditing for those for me, all while I'm just laying in bed doing other stuff. The robot was working at my computer for me, which is kind of great. So I finished the shutdown, I had 5 open loops for emails that I wanted to deal with when I got back to the computer. I went through the robot inbox, cleared those out, did that Facebook Marketplace thing. I had it create 2 new blog records because it went through my Readwise queue and found things I had tagged as blog that I might want to write about. It added links to the Friday lab report for the MacSparky labs. It promoted a few items that are going to become due in the next few weeks. And it gave me some research files. So I was really doing good. And then I decided, well, let's go through the research stuff. So I had it rebuild the skill for Readwise because I had it looking for items that had a tag of blog or lab report. But I thought, well, what if it has the tag of research? Add an item to me in my Obsidian base so I can follow up on it later. So it built a new skill while I was in bed. And then the last thing I did is I just had it go through and audit a bunch of the research things I had written down, and I deleted a bunch of them because I had a bunch of old cruft in there I didn't need. So that was my session last night. I did all this stuff while I was in bed. It really wasn't much work. I just would occasionally check in on it as I was working. Seemed like it worked a little bit slower. And then this morning I woke up and it was like 5, and I just asked it from bed, what are my available tasks today? And it gave me my calendar for the day and the task list items that would show up for me today so I could add them to my little book. That was the session I did. So you've seen it working. Now let me show you it in real time. I've already connected it here. So I'm going to go ahead and send it another message here. Please add a calendar item for today, 7:30 to 9, to add a dispatch video to Robot Assistant Field Guide. Now, I understand I could go in my calendar and do this directly, but I just think it's kind of fascinating that using the MCP, this could be part of a bigger workflow for me. And in the back end, the robot would add the calendar item. It's connected to my Google Calendar, so it's going to know to do that for me. And an item is added. And you can see it's already done. It updated it on the computer, but it also updated on my phone. So I've essentially got chat into my robot assistant now. I'm going to go to my home screen and go to today's calendar. And there it is. You can see it's already on today's calendar. Add dispatch video to Robot Assistant Field Guide. Now, let's say I'm in the middle of the day and I'm planning and I'm away from my computer, and I say, what tasks are available to me tomorrow? So I know what I'm up against as I head into the next day. My general experience is it seems like it's a little slower. Now it's going to ask for permission. It's a little slower in comparison to working on the computer itself, but maybe that's just my imagination. But having a chat interface to your robot assistant when you're away from your computer is pretty great. The way I intend to use this is I'm going to turn it on intentionally. I'm not going to leave my Cowork robot running 24/7. I don't think I'm going to need it that often, and I don't like the security risk that poses. If somebody had my credentials, they could get in and do some damage. But I am going to turn it on when I want, and I think it'll be something that I use selectively. As I said at the top of the video, I really hope that they add two-factor authentication. I think that's necessary now that you've got this kind of access. Hopefully that's on the radar for the Anthropic folks. And there we go. I got my task list for tomorrow. You can see I've got some appointments tomorrow, some engagements, and I've got some work to do. I've got some non-negotiables, some repeating tasks. Thursday is usually the day I finish the newsletter, do some additional blog posts for the following week. And I've got some daily repeating tasks and some bench items on my desk for tomorrow. I don't think Dispatch is going to be your primary interface for working with your robot assistant, but having the ability to tunnel into it and get some work done when you're away from your desk is really handy. Like I said, as I release this video, this is only available to people on Max plans, but it is going down to the Pro plan within days, according to Anthropic. So by the time you're watching this, most likely you've already got access. Keep up the good work, Team Anthropic.